How's it going?
I know. It's been way too long. Holy moly.
So, guys, you can come in a little bit more if you want.
Oh, yeah,
Get
sure.
in the camera.
Hello. Hi.
So, guys, we are coming into round 2. We do have the one who got first place in V Premium Duluth, Crow Antonio Tutt. We put his name as Crow Tutt.
Crow Tutt.
I like the name Tutt. It kind of like makes you think of King Tut.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
So there we go. We have Crow on one side and Rafael, Arcila coming into the match here. We'll actually show you the players lining up, sitting in. That is not what they're playing, so don't assume. And we are getting the match underway and ready to go.
Yeah, I love the element of surprise. Like, we don't really, 100% know what decks they're playing until, they actually reveal it, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Like we said before, guys, don't worry about the timer until we start the round. It does look like they are going to get ready, getting their hands together. Yeah,
So
it looks like
we've got Crow from Georgia.
Yep.
Technically, I know he's part of Team Kingslayer, but representing Georgia. And then we've got Rafael. Isn't he from Miami? I think he's from South Florida, if I remember correctly.
So I believe Crow Tutt originally came from Georgia. He used to be part of Triple Sleeve TCG.
Yeah, I remember that.
Does look like they are getting into Post Mulligan and they're getting ready to start. Honestly, I'm glad they're giving more time for them to get ready. Looks like James is getting impatient and just wants to start the round. Hey, DF, thank you so much for the party of 140 people coming in.
Wow.
What's up, Phaser?
Hello.
What's
wow.
up, everybody? What's
Thank
up?
you. Different fight.
All right, we're coming into the round, getting started, and let's see. They're
The hype
about
is
to start.
real. Definitely.
I like how he said, "Are you ready?" And then we're still waiting for time to start.
We're still ready. Yeah. It's like, and oh.
All right, Sasuke and Vanguard players are ready. And here we go. Round 2 has begun. We're coming into the match, and let's see it. Oh, this one's an interesting one, and I do not have.
Oh my, we've got.
He is playing Shaman King.
Shaman King. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Shaman King. It's been out in Japan for a while now, and it's still really good. It's still a really, really good deck in the meta. I have not played against it myself.
I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I don't either. So for me, I'm right there with you, Naru. This is going to be a journey for both of us. It's going to be quite the experience. And we've got, it looks like Bob Sagra on the other side, being played by Rafael. Still in my, I love Bob Sagra. It's a really good deck in my opinion. But I'm really, really curious about Shaman King. Yeah, can't find it anywhere in my locals at all.
Looks like we're already getting reviews on what Crow's playing. Is Crow playing Yo?
Yeah.
Easy clap for him.
Yeah. Easy clap. Oh, boy.
And his deck looks fully SP'd out.
I don't think he spared any expense making sure that, because you got to flex,
oh, yeah.
If you're not SP'd out, then you're doing it wrong. I'm kidding.
If it's not SP'd out, you're doing it wrong, guys. Words from Amelia. That sounds like the name of a book. Words from Amelia.
Right, Words from Amelia. Can you find it on Amazon?
But it does look like he did come in with that early grade 1 rush toward the Yo deck, and here we are getting into the match. I think that's Yo. I don't know anything about Shaman King. I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself.
I feel really I'm really bad too. My boyfriend watches Shaman King, but I know nothing about it.
I can't watch it.
Yeah.
It's probably a really good series. It's just the art style just doesn't
That's fair.
Doesn't work with me. The same way for JoJo. I hear JoJo's really good, and I just can't watch it. Yeah. I have absolutely no clue what's happening, but I'm here to support my boyfriend and all of his buddies. Cool.
Nice. Well, it's glad to have you. We're glad to have you here. Welcome.
I believe that was a heal trigger? Yeah, no, he didn't heal. No, he did heal. Yeah.
So from what I'm reading, Yo is pretty much like the archetype in the Shaman King, the entire Shaman King set that's really good in this meta. Like, he does a lot. Like, things happen. I guess we're about to see.
All right, here we go, getting to grade 2 and keep the rush going. I'm kind of shocked that he's pushing this early into the game. Cooling critical trigger, giving 10k to the grade 1, damage 2. I can't tell what trigger that is, but he did hit one.
Yeah, definitely.
Gave 10k to the Vanguard, and here we are with the 18k swing, getting that intercept on board, and because of the trigger, that 18k column is not going to be hitting. It does look like he did attack rear guard on that one.
Yeah,
So
it's almost like it's almost like one of those things where you know what the deck does, so you want to kill him as quickly as possible, or at least push him as much as possible.
oh yeah.
It's one of those strategies. I myself have done it.
All right, and here we go. I think we finally made it to grade 3. I gotta be honest, the Shaman King art does look kind of nice.
It does.
I'll drop some money on it.
Oh, definitely. I had my eye on it for a while. It's unfortunately the one time our local, like the shop owner at our locals listened to us, the deck's actually really good.
Oh yeah. Hello Eddie, how's it going? You're gonna be in Florida in 2 days' time. Awesome. Welcome to Florida. And here we are going into the Yo match. Honestly, I don't see much going on here. I think he's active. He hasn't activated anything yet, which kind of surprised me. Coming to dry check, pulling nothing there, taking 1 point of damage. And here we are with the swing, attacking rear guard of all things. And leaving him at only 2 damage. So this is kind of interesting. Because in my point of view, Pro is using a tactic that's mostly kind of seen in Premium, where he's only giving his opponent the damage below his, because that damage will not change.
Really?
Because a heal trigger only activates if you're at equal or more damage. So putting him at 2, leaving him at 2, and moving him up lower than him, he's stopping any situation of a heal trigger proccing off against him.
That is actually a really good big brain play. I've never even thought about that. I think I've seen that one episode of Vanguard where Aichi did that on purpose, where he purposely took damage so that his opponent wouldn't heal out of something.
Yep. Good
That's
things. There's a lot of good, interesting mechanics that you want to keep around when playing TCGs. You always do want to make sure that you Alright, and here we go. Into the Bob Sagra, getting both, using the spear and shield simultaneously, easily getting everything he needs to be set with his arms. I do love the arm mechanic. I do think it's very interesting. I do like that they stick around as long as Bob Sagra is the Vanguard.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is if Baba Sagra does see like premium play, you could go get the sword, get this shield, right? And then stride into Vanquisher. Vanquisher VMAX.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
you can deal 1 damage with the sword
Oh,
and then
wow.
deal another VMAX.
That is crazy. I hadn't thought about that, but it would make sense with striding because it keeps the name of the original Vanguard.
And here we go, coming into the match. Oh man, these cards look so beautiful. Maybe
really
I'll start
do.
watching Shaman King.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're really, just from what I'm reading about, Yo's mechanic, his skill, I think he starts to really get good now that he's at 4 damage. I think that's when we'll really see the potential of what is to come and what makes this deck really good.
Yep. So if anyone's aware and hasn't played this game, let me rephrase that. Hasn't played this deck. We do have Oversoul, which is one of the skills that Shaman King does have. I'll look more into it. But it says put a rearguard with Amida Maru in its card name into your soul. Draw a card, and this unit gets continuous Vanguard Circle. All your throwing units gain plus 5k power. So it's a pseudo Persona ride just on its own.
Yep.
And it's until end of turn. So if you do somehow change Vanguard, you do keep that 5k power on the board. Oh no, it's a continuous Vanguard. If your Vanguard switches, you lose the 5k power. When this unit attacks, if your damage zone has 4 or more cards, counter +1, and this unit gets critical +1.
Bless you.
Apologies, guys. So what this kind of tells me, right? It's Gauntlet Buster.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. Like, gives me like Gauntlet Buster vibes.
So if anyone has never played Gauntlet Buster before, Gauntlet Buster was or is this Narukami card that says it gains a critical for every open, front, or rear circle your opponent has, and just being 2 damage, you're just not. I think I know what he's doing. Crow is trying to get to 5. If he gets to 5, his opponent has to be stuck at 4 damage, and then anytime that he attacks with a critical, his opponent has to guard the attack.
Huh. You know, this isn't really. I mean, this level of play doesn't really surprise me, given Crow's
Accolades.
his accolades. You know, given like his accomplishments and everything like that, everything that he's done. That's by design.
Yep, it does look like he is activating the spear over the spear, getting that draw into hand.
Yeah.
And then soul charging 1 to call a grade 1 or less unit, and here we are getting the Trick Moon on board.
There he is.
Mr. Depressed Trickstar.
Yeah, emo Trickstar.
And let's see what he's calling. He is calling a new card from Festival Collection. I do believe it gains 5k or 5k per order, I believe.
Really?
So he is trying to beef up the field. There's only a few that I like in there. I like the grade 2, that's counterblast 1, get an order, counterblast 1, get a grade 0, grade 1 or less from drop and call it. That card's great because that's easily the best way to get all your trick moons out.
Right.
I haven't seen it on his side yet, so I don't know if he is running that card. But we have racing the grade 1 and grade 2 that are both powerhouses, so he may be just focusing on power on the board, and minimizing the amount of counterblast he has in his deck. But we'll keep watching and determine as we go forward. I did notice that Yo changed it to this darker one. I'm not sure if that's a persona or like a special art.
I was actually trying to find that too, if that changed or if it's like an alternate art version. It's hard to really tell from here.
And he goes for the dry check, and he does run the grade 2. He did just dry check it, taking the 2 damage. And it does look like Bob Sagra took the first match here, guys. We do apologize if about the Yo information. Shaman King is actually a very new set coming in.
Yeah, it just came out.
And I honestly was not expecting it. If anyone's curious why we don't have Nation Determination for Crow, it's because Shaman King was a new thing and we don't have this program.
It's one of those like collab sets, kind of like regular Ragnarok.
So set 6 changed nothing, right? I need to find out how much a Zorga deck cost.
I don't really think.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Set 6 gave new unit support and new support for Trickstar, because now you can play a different deck with Trickstar.
Right, cross Overdress. So I don't think.
And I don't think it uses that much of the old Overdress mechanic. Maybe Arcs in the deck.
To my knowledge, I don't think we're going to be seeing much Zorga support, if at all. I think most of the support is going to be dedicated to Leonore in this set.
Yeah. So we're going to see mostly Leonore and the start of Uberg. We're going to see very little stuff for Drajuled. You're going to only be able to play the Drajuled deck with the trial deck Drajuled and running the new Botus. Botus actually is going to be an interesting card coming into set 6. The winner of game 1 was Crow, Antonio Tut. Sorry, no, not Crow, Antonio Tut. Who won game 1 was Rafael Arcila with Basagra. Both Crow is playing Yo from Shaman King, and Rafael is playing Sagra. All right, and here we go, coming in with the Yo match. So I have noticed something. I do think that these cards are able to call out, or when discarded, he's able to call out, because this is like the second time I've seen him call out that unit to the field.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which is kind of weird. I feel like that would be better going second than going first. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell, especially with, with a deck like this. Expect the unexpected.
Alright, and now we're getting a little bit more into the match here. Coming in with the Yo swing, activating skill, drawing an additional card, and then doing the dry check. And I believe that was a critical trigger. So he's taking 2 points of damage, hitting a critical, hitting a draw, drawing an additional card. I think Crow's deciding, since he's already taken the L last game, he has to be a little bit more aggressive. He can't take it slow on this match, because then he's just going to get bullied through.
Yeah, definitely has to push for sure.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, guarding the attack, pulling a critical trigger, giving the power to the rear guard. And here we are, coming to the next thing, Trick Moon, taking 2 points of damage. I don't think he hit a trigger. And then starting his turn. All right, so we're having an issue with the counters right now. We are trying to repair. So what do you pretty much think about the Shaman King matchup? It does have that critical on board. Has a lot of options available.
Yeah, I definitely say there. I really feel like that Shaman King, from what I've seen, has it seems pretty interesting. It seems like it has like a really interesting mechanic. Has like a lot of like. There's a reason why it's doing so well, and why it's been doing so well in Japan. And I feel like that trend will absolutely follow here in the West. But from what's looking right now, obviously Crow is on grade 3. He is on the Fighting Together Yo Asakura. But he's not quite at 4 damage yet, so he can't really use his full effect, but knowing him, he's probably got something planned.
Oh, yeah.
He's in a good spot right now, though, so I'm not really... It's too early to tell right now.
All right, and here we go with the Bob Sagra swing. Trick Moon is... he only has the shield. So Trick Moon gains 10k per arm. So currently he's only getting a 15k boost.
Yeah.
So this is looking like a 28k attack. That's the front, 38k. Second check, nothing. And Crow will be taking the damage, going to 3. Alright, so he is probably pushing for that critical. He is probably deciding how he's going to guard the attack. He's still deciding on guarding. And there we go, no trigger, going to 4 and starting his turn. Alright, here we go. He does already have Yo on the field, so he is probably going to focus that critical. Like I was trying to say earlier, I thought actually his turn passed already.
Yeah, his skill is now live. The second, his auto skill, the on attack skill. Interesting though that it's behind the cost of a counterblast, but then again, Crow does have the resources to pay the cost.
Does look like he did the 5k power, so all units gain an additional 5k. And I think we're just getting straight into it.
Yeah, looks like it. Just like a straight attack, attacking the rear guard, poking off, poking his
mitigating the attack from the rear guard, so Moore's committed out of hand. Now he is going with the rear guard swing here, trying to set to 4 since he's already at 4, so that his Vanguard attack can be a little bit more lethal. It does look like he decided to guard it. And now he's trying to decide if he is going to be taking this hit or not, because it does have a crit. So if he pulls a critical, it will go to Crow, and we'll be going into a game 3. Kind of interesting, because I don't know, I probably would have gone to 4, equaled out with my opponent, who's also at 4.
I think there was more incentive for Crow to get to 4 as soon as possible, just because of the skill, just the amount of pressure that he can apply to his opponent.
And now he's got to see if he's committing more out of hand to take this attack and go to, or to take it and go to 5, or if he hits a critical, he has to go to 6 and pretty much take the L. All right, and here we go with the first check, no trigger, giving 10k to Vanguard, 10k to Vanguard. The attack does hit. He will be taking 2 points of damage. Was one of them a critical? He gets the critical. Oh, it was a critical. He's going into Bob Sagra. Hits the damage.
There we go. There you have it. Because that's right. Because remember when he, the Vanguard already had an extra critical, so easy clap.
So it does look like we are 1-1 right now. 2 games in a row having 1-1 records. I think I'm seeing a trend.
Yeah, definitely. So now the playing field has been leveled for sure.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like they are getting ready, resetting at their right line, shuffling the deck, and getting ready for game 3. You know, honestly, a lot of games have been going a lot quicker this time around. There's like 23 minutes left in the round, and they're already in game 3.
It's crazy. I mean, I guess it's what happens, though, when you have 2 really skilled players that know how their decks work, that know what to do, that know they make very clear, decisive plays, and so I feel like games like that tend to go a lot faster.
I 100% agree. Like, these matchups overall, they're just putting in so much pressure.
Oh, yeah.
And, like,
definitely.
You know, think about what they're fighting for.
Oh, yeah. The stakes are really high. I would even say, with the exception, of course, BCS, because those stakes are pretty high, too. But, the stakes are pretty higher. Stakes are pretty high here, too, considering there's money on the line.
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's it. I'm going into the game. I'll take
Okay, all right. I'll take over your stream, Naru. Have fun. Go for it.
Just kidding, guys. It does look like they're still setting up. Oh, man. Thank God there's no side deck or extra
Oh, I
deck.
know. Could you imagine? That'd be sideboard in
Oh my
Vanguard.
god. It's
I
so
mean-
possible. I could totally turn the Messiah deck into a deleter deck in like
Oh yeah,
in less
probably.
than 10 cards.
See, that would be really interesting. That would be. I know some people on Vanguardians have talked about it. Have talked about like, what if we had a sideboard, or it's been really. It's one of those topics, like kind of like Overtriggers. It's like very much like a divided kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have people say they don't want sideboard. You'll have other people say, well, that it makes sense.
All right, it does look like the match is underway. We talked for too long, but we did enjoy our conversation.
Absolutely. I will say, going back to, I guess, talking about Shaman King, the more I'm reading about it, I know, and just from in passing, their overtrigger is pretty good.
I think the overtrigger just deals
It
damage.
just deals damage. If it's revealed,
And it's not 4 or 5 damage, right?
no, it just deals 1 damage.
There's no but there's no restriction on being at 4 or less.
Nope. Additional effect, choose one of your opponent's vanguards and deal 1 damage.
So if his opponent's at 5 and you pull the overtrigger,
Yeah.
you just win.
Yeah, you just win the game.
That's like the opposite of Starhawk Brand.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's really great. So like you could have, you could PGs won't save you here. I think that's what makes this deck so scary at times, especially when the stakes are higher. When you're at 5 damage, and even if you PG, and if it's checked as a drive check, it's like that's it. It doesn't matter whether you PG or not.
Yep, there's so many options available to you, and like the stakes are there, guys.
Absolutely.
Deck list will be available later after the event. I can't guarantee if it comes tomorrow or if it comes later today. Good question.
Yeah, that is a really good. I will say from past events, I know Kingslayer cards have been really diligent about posting those deck lists. From what I've seen. Holy crap!
No one heard it. All right, and here we go, coming to the Yo match. I gotta be honest, commentating something that you don't know is super weird. All I know is Yo gains a critical, which is probably the best skill in the game.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. There's a reason it's doing well in Japan. There's a reason why it's still a pretty good deck. Just Yo specifically. I can't really speak for the other archetypes and the ride lines.
Yep. It does look like he is activating Yo's skill, or some skill. He's pointing at Yo. And gets a unit from his drop to the field. Then now, I'm guessing that unit Soul Blast to search for a copy of that yellow card that keeps getting called out.
Right.
All right, guys, rule of thumb. Learn Shaman King.
Yeah, definitely learn Shaman King. Do our homework.
I did my homework for 6 clans.
You mean 6 nations? There are no clans in Standard.
And here you go, coming to dry checks. Nothing available. It does look like he got a critical, so... Oh, no, he didn't use the critical skill. I guess because he's out of counterblast. And now he's taking the second point of damage from the rear guard. And now coming in with the final attack here. I'm kind of shocked he is going to 4, and he's deciding to go to 5. Pulls the overtrigger, gets a million power, and draws a card. Actually, this is really good for Crow.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Overtrigger is out. All he did was lose one additional card that's going to his opponent's hand when they're going to 4. So a lot better than that rear guard, that Vanguard restanding and attacking again for another twin drive or triple
Oh
drive.
yeah, absolutely. That would have been just, that would have ended it.
And here we go, starting it off, getting the spear, calling the shield, getting the draw, soul charging 1, and now calling a grade 0. Doesn't look like he has any trick moons yet because he went in and called the starter onto the board. I guess he's still deciding where to call it, and he does decide to give it to the rear guard. The rear guard does gain additional power for the amount of arms that are on there, so I believe it gained 10k power. And now he's going in, calling the Drag Ritter rear guard that says, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, retire one of your opponent's front row units, and it gains plus 10k, and you Soul Charge 1. Or the Soul Charge is part of the cost, my apologies. Now he's Soul Blasting 2. Oh, so I said it wrong. He activated Bob Sagra's skill, Soul Blast 2, gave her a critical, popped the front row, and because the Drag Ritter just saw something pop, Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 1, pop one of their units, and then it gains 10k. There we go. My apologies.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Swing with the Vanguard. First check. It looks like a trick moon and a front trigger, giving
front
the
trigger.
front more power. I don't believe he Persona rode
Yeah,
this
I
turn.
didn't see that either. I don't think he did, but
So-
it's still really good. The front trigger more than made up for it, for sure.
And here we go with that 30k swing right away. All right, here we go. Guards the attack because he did hit a trigger. And now coming in, I believe this is, I want to say 28 plus 6. So 34, and he will just be taking that attack, moving on to 5 damage and starting up his turn. Good choice, actually, going into 5 damage if you're feeling that you're going to complete the circuit this turn. Mitigating the idea of a heal trigger getting hit on 4. So a lot of options there available. And here we go, he does ride the other Yo. Is this a different Yo, or is this just an alternate art?
See, that's what I'm trying to find out as well. I've been checking the entire time. I want to say it's a different one. No, it is a different one. That one is a Spirit of Sword, Yo Asakura. Continuous skill. This card can only be written from a grade 3 with Yo Asakura in its card name. And its auto, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, this unit gets power 10,000 plus a critical until end of turn. And of course it has its Oversoul ability, which is enact on Vanguard Circle. Cost put a rear guard with Amidamaru in its card name into your soul, and until end of turn, all of your front row gets 10,000 power.
Oh.
And then, yeah, right? And then when this unit attacks, it battles all of your opponents in a column.
It's Brawlers.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's
That's
exactly that's what
insane.
came to mind. It's brawlers for sure.
All right,
It's
here
like
we
a
go.
Naruto
Coming
comic.
with the Yo swing, gains 10k, and then gives the front row another 10k. This looks like a 33k attack with a critical. Let's see what Rafael decides to do here, because that is
Yeah, that's really
lethal.
Yeah, that's pretty lethal. Absolutely.
You can see Crow there, very stoic, deciding what he's
He
going to do.
is determined. That is a look of determination.
Looks like we're currently at 28? No, 33? Oh, was I wrong? Does it only give 10k to the rear guards and 10k to itself? So it may be only a 23 to 28, 33? Yeah, it kind of does look like a 10k. All right, so now we're going for 2 fast. So it was a 23, pulls the trigger right away off the top. This is kind of how it went away last time. But he gave power and crit to a rear guard. Okay, good call. That was actually a clever play, even though it didn't work out. Well, it's still working out because he's able to push his opponent to guard the next attack right away. But giving the power to the Vanguard because it's already lethal, and then like hoping for another trigger.
Yeah.
Not sure what he was trying to do there. So 23 plus the 10, 33k guard, and then starting the next 10. So the rear guard must have been around probably 18 plus the boost of 8, 26. He guarded for a 28k shield. Oh, sorry. He guarded for a 33k shield. The attack must have been 28. And here we are continuing forward. Buff Sagra getting the Persona Ride. Actually, I don't. Yeah, I got the Persona Ride. They have a marker on top. And then calling the Trick Moon after using its skill from the arm being equipped. And what's he countercharging? These matches, I tell you, can go either way half the time.
Really, I was just thinking the same thing. I just thought to myself, you know, you think you kind of go in and, you know, you expect it to go a certain way, only for the tides to turn and just literally in one turn alone, just things can turn around so quickly. You think someone has the game, and
Of course.
and then of course they make the opponent makes a comeback, and I think this is what we're seeing right now. But you know, stranger things have happened. I mean, look at the last game that we saw.
Those look like he's getting rid of the Drag Raider, calling the grade 2 or grade 1 that gains 10k power. I guess he really wants that 10k power for the Drag Raider, but because it's a counterblast, it's just ineffective. Might as well gain that easy 10k power for having both arms on board and then swinging of that. So this does look like to be coming in for a 30 or 28k swing. I think it's a grade 2. I'm not. It looks like a grade 1. So 30 or 28, both the same amount of guard in my opinion. Crow is determining how he's going to guard these attacks. That Vanguard swing is going to be beefy. It gains an additional 10k power not only from the Persona Ride and from its spear arm, making it already a 33k attack.
Yep.
Plus the boost of Trick Mood, making it a 58 swing with a critical. So he will need a PG for that swing. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. Getting the PG, pulling a critical, putting it to rear guard, second check nothing. That rear guard is going to be a 28, 38 plus 6. It's either a 44k attack or 42k attack. 3 PGs in a row.
Literally every single attack was PG'd. And that just goes to show you, like we were just talking about, like, you know, Crow was at 5 damage, and
He's still at 5.
he's still at 5, and he was able to survive every single onslaught. And this may be his, you know, final push to see.
Yep, and now Yo is getting that double boost there. Persona riding the new Yo, having 10k power to the front.
So it's literally.
It gets 10k from its skill, a critical, and then gives the other units 10k. So,
So
I think
crazy.
Bob Saga is going to get a little bit of its own medicine
Yeah.
coming into this
Oh,
turn.
yeah, he is.
Let's see how how Rafael responds with.
He is Crow is matching Raphael's energy right now in the level of aggression. I think this is going to be a good turn. Dare I say final turn? Who knows?
You get DQ'd for that.
You're right. Well, you can get DQ'd for declaring final turn?
Back in the days, I don't know about now.
That's funny. The things you learn.
I almost side story before MF. So MFD gets hit October 10th in this tournament right now. For people that are unaware, MFD Ripples. We are following the recent ban list a week ahead,
Yeah.
just so that we can have a very fair meta coming into the premium match for the 2K event. Last thing we all want to see is just Ripples and MFD. So if
Yeah.
you guys want to see what matchups you should expect after October 10th when the ban list finally hits, you will be seeing it tomorrow because we're running that ban list.
Oh yeah.
One thing I did want to keep in mind though is that when I was playing MFD, I accidentally did say final turn.
Oh.
So the reason I said final turn, I wasn't trying to say to his opponent in terms of like I'm calling final turn against you.
Right.
It's because I have 3 additional turns.
Right.
So I
You were
completed
just
turn
meaning.
1, turn 2, and then I started my 3rd turn. I'm like, all right, this is the final turn. And then he's like, what'd you say to me? And I'm like, I meant the final of my 3 turns.
Yeah, I guess like context matters.
Yep.
That is like.
So
peak
here,
monster
coming to the
game.
yo, it doesn't look like he blocked the attack. I think that was a PG's because I do see a grade 2 going to the drop zone. Oh, no, he is now swinging with his Vanguard. What is Rafael gonna do? He's deciding where he's gonna go with this.
I guess they're just deciding, having a conversation of where the critical and the power is going to go.
All right, here we go. Silence is building. We want to see what's happening as much as everybody else does look like. Rafael finally went to 5 damage here.
Yeah, it looks like
was
it.
able to block the yo attack and no triggers were seen, so he was able to just take that hit at the end. He's been waiting on that hit for a while now.
This has been a really great game between the two of them. It's also really exciting to see Shaman King in action.
Yeah, Shaman King actually making a turnout here is very impressive coming
Yeah,
in.
absolutely. I think I saw another player who's also running Shaman King as well. I don't know if they're playing Yo though, but it definitely was Shaman King.
And here we go, that 50 AK swing. He's taking the hit here, seeing no triggers. Is he?
That looks like that definitely looks
Accepting
like a
it, it does look like Rafael's
it
gonna
looks-
take it.
And
That hand is massive,
that
fully
game?
SP'd
Oh.
out. It was a very tough matchup. Both
Yeah.
giving off, like you said, the same energy.
You're right.
Not giving any space out, but
No.
it all came down to,
It's
like I said, hand size.
Every turn mattered. Every play mattered, and like they both made very clear and decisive plays. This does not surprise me at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
They looks like they are chatting it up.
Yeah, it looks like
Accepting each other's wins
Yep.
and losses, talking chat. You gotta love that in the community. That brings us to another weird thing. What's your thoughts on some people that like you randomly meet in matchups, right? Like in tournament, like you don't meet in person,
Okay.
right? Or like you don't meet until that tournament. And I had this event happen, right?
Yeah.
Where after I won the match, like it was round 1.
Yeah.
Round 1 in BCS. And after the match, the person like was upset and like tearing up, right? And like I felt so
Oh,
bad.
no.
But like I mean, what do I do?
Right. What do you do? Yeah.
I mean, like I was your opponent. What can I
Right.
say?
I will definitely say for me, like I've had some really interesting interactions with people. I would definitely say my first BSF, which was in 2019. I had a guy. There was a guy. One of my opponents. He had like the VF glove and everything. And he was like role playing, like he was like committed to like role. Whenever he took the damage, he would like wince in pain. He'd be like, ah, It was like so.
That's a little much.
It was a lot. It was cringe, but I respected him for like being so committed to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough. You know, it's tough. Like when you, especially when you have like an opponent, like if you play a game and like you have a person who gets like emotional. It's like, what do you do? You know, how do you handle that? You know.
That's why I kind of like
Yeah.
the whole talk about like what I could have done, what I did, why I did this. Like I
Yeah.
love that conversation, but like when you get in a situation where the person's just tearing up and like you don't get that like end of game chat after playing them,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it makes it kind of stale.
It does. It does. It kind of like you try not to stress about it, you know, because yeah, it does happen. People play for different reasons. Some people play for fun. Others play and they take it very seriously. And I think when things don't go their way, it can be devastating for them, which is
yeah.
unfortunate, you know, because we're here to have fun.
Of course, 100%. But does look like I can't even speak English, but it does look like is that we're going to be moving into round 3. So stay tuned. We'll have more to give to you pretty soon. And yeah, that's pretty much what to say. I think they said 6 rounds, so we have 4 more rounds to go.
Yeah.
It'll be a quick tournament.
Oh yeah, this will be really great.
But yeah, guys, see you next round.